Hello, my Geminis. Thanks for coming for your spiritual ascension reading. My name is Ajwa, and I'm glad to have you here. So, my dear Geminis, uh, we all need to know where we are spiritually. A lot of times we're all on spiritual journeys, or we are feeling the calling of stepping into our own personal power, but then we have no direction, we have no understanding. Where do I start? Where am I? Where am I going? What am I going to be doing? All this stuff, comes into play here. And since we all don't have individual spiritual teachers, I feel like, I was so alone on my path. I had to discover everything. So now that I'm giving back, is one of the greatest things that I can do is to help us on a general level to see where we are spiritually, where we came from, where we're going, what we're doing now. And also, if you feel the need to have a one-on-one reading, I'm here for you. But this is like what majority of you Geminis, where your spiritual path is leading and where you've been. So let's dig right in. I don't want to talk too much because this is an in-depth reading. So let's start with what you were doing in the past, okay? And the spiritual entities that were working with you. Basically, you were dealing with the Saint Germain. Okay, and this is one of the how do you call them, one of the great masters, okay, of the galactic forces. And this master was helping you to transmute all your lower energies into the purple flame, which is more of the crown and higher up. So all the things that are of the physical realm that was holding you down, this master was helping you to transmute it. Okay, like learning how to use alchemy to transmute negative energy into something positive, becoming that magician. That is what you were working with. Okay, they were trying to, this Saint Germain was trying to help you with his initiation, was trying to help you to change all the things that didn't work for you. Basically anything that didn't serve you, he helped you to transmute. You were starting to believe in yourself and how to become a magician and to be able to create miracles. That is the type of ascension process that you guys were on. Okay, so on the soul level, you basically was tapping into the universal life force, the source energy, to create whatever you wanted. Some of you were also really in love with the whole idea of being that master, being able to bring in whatever you wanted to bring, like a magician. So that's what you were going through here, having that strength. And you knew, you were developing this, you knew that you had the ability to bring forth whatever you wanted, tap into whatever energies you wanted to create, whatever you wanted to create. And that was your focus. That's what you were working on. You became a very highly miraculous person. You were really strengthening your third chakra, okay, and fighting any ideas of victimhood. You playing the victim was not your thing. You were really working on that which is in your heart space, okay, and learning to be strong and develop that thing and not play that that naive game, or making yourself play that pity game. You were transmuting all those energies and turning yourself into a strong power miraculous being. You were starting to really believe in miracles because that's what Saint Germain was working with you on. So you became a great magician. That is what you were doing on your ascension path in the past. Now, moving forward in the present, you are working with the energies of the moon, okay, which is all about you tapping into your divine feminine wisdom. This is what you're working with here. You are dealing with the moon energy and starting to tap into your intuition, using compassion, wisdom, oneness, discernment, developing qualities of love in yourself, really working with divine feminine energy. That is what you are seeking at this point and working with, so that you can become whole and full and have clarity to your understandings and what you're seeking, okay, to gain more wisdom and that whole thing. If you're starting to see, 11 a lot, or if you see 11, it is time for you to listen to your intuition. It's time for you to pay attention and apply these energies, okay? And most of the time when you're seeing the 11, it is giving you insight concerning this area of your life and where you are with your ascension here, okay? On the soul level, it's a lot of tower moments happening, a lot of interruptions. Things have just changed, come in, and it's all about this emotional upheaval, because the feminine energy sometimes is irrational, it's radical, right? It's not predictable, because you're dealing with emotions here, and if you don't learn how to use wisdom and tame it, you may be acting out of your emotions, and that might not be the wisest way to go about things. So then it's causing a lot of tower moments. You're probably getting into a lot of emotional upheavals, and things that you're starting to build always kind of like find a way to dismantle and stuff like that. It's like you're going through that a lot. That is the ascension. You have a tower here, so your soul is going through a lot of breakdowns too, of old habits and old belief systems. Obviously it has to break down so that you can embrace the feminine energy also. So I also see that also, and on the physical level, yes, it's still about things changing, you having to reformat things and rearrange the way you see things, tapping into your intuition more, having more understanding, becoming more receptive, using your intuition, including that feminine energy is putting you in a place where your sacral chakra is also being affected here, because you're opening up that that feminine energy, that sexuality, that passion, the compassion energy is all starting there. It's very feminine, and all that is what is really going on. And yes, it's making you have to change directions, regroup, refocus, recreate, become more sensitive, become more passionate, because it's all part of the energy, it's all part of the moon energy. And with the moon, you are going through a lot of emotional upheavals. You need to study the moon and understand how it's affecting you on a spiritual level. And this is so deep, and that is what is really going on here. So getting acquainted with your emotions and all that stuff is all tapping you straight to the feminine energy, and that is the stage that your spiritual growth is going through at this time. Now moving forward in the future, you're going to be working with the chakras. You have the 12 chakras opening here. You are going to start opening up all your chakras, all the 7 main chakras and past the 7 main chakras, because that is the future for you. That is where your ascension is going. With this, you're going to become whole again and become your spiritual self and gain all your psychic gifts, and everything is going to move you towards you stepping fully into the 5th dimensional frequency. So this is the type of vibration that you are headed for, so this is really beautiful. Okay, so you're going to be working with your chakras. That's your future. Working with the unicorns also. That's also going to be very, effective for you. Going through a lot of awakening coming up, my dears, Geminis, and on the soul level, you're going to be going through a hermit phase. So I'm feeling like in the future, you're going to do a lot of introspection. Obviously, when you're opening up your chakras, the emotions get intense, and you need to also understand what's going on. So you're going to be spending a lot of time trying to figure things out, because things are awakening, remembrance are going to happen. You're going to see yourself in different light, and the hermit is going to be very, very useful for you, so that you can break things down, isolate yourself, and really start to understand stuff. That's where you're headed. So you're not going to be really a social butterfly coming in the future with your spiritual ascension is concerned, where your spiritual ascension is concerned. Now, on the physical level, you might be, going through healing some grief of dead loved ones, or just losing people in your life is going to be a major thing, which means you're going to be working with your heart chakra and stuff like that, opening it up and healing all the wounds of grief and pain. All that is what you are headed towards. Okay, the overall advice for you is that you have the deity Tehuti, which is Thoth, on your side. He's the moon god, and it's very, very cool, right? Because right now you're going through the moon phase, you're going through the stage where you're embodying the feminine energy. And isn't it a beautiful thing that you have Tehuti on your side, helping you to invoke that feminine energy, using your thoughts, using that intuition, the higher mind, just like I've already said, using your magical aspect of your mind, and just learning how to incorporate both hemispheres of your mind is all part of Tehuti's work with you, helping you to become a great inventor, a great writer. All that is part of Tehuti's work, giving you wisdom, giving you the power to do magic, all this stuff. So that is who is working with you now. That is the deity that is working with the Egyptian god. Tehuti is really on your side, because he's really working with your mind. It makes sense, right, for you Geminis, which is also, Tehuti is also Mercury, okay, which is still connecting to your planet. So calling on this deity is very helpful to you, and you're working with the moon, and he's the moon god also. So everything is right the way it's supposed to be for you, my Geminis. It's beautiful where you came from, where you're going, and where, what you're doing now and where you're going. This is really, really good. So thank you so much. I will see you next month to see where you are, what stage you're in your spiritual path here. All right, thank you so much.